welcome into another Whoosh Wednesday with me, Louie, over here on Whoosh. Let's start off with don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying this content. I've also started an Instagram for Whoosh as well. I will be posting that link in the comments below. But for this week's topic, I recently took a trip to Paper Asylum in Beverly, Mass, and I picked up a few small odds and ends, so I thought, hey, I'll share them on this Whoosh Wednesday with everybody. I'm very, very excited for them. I will post a link to Paper Asylum as well in my comments, so make sure you check them out. They're a great shop over in Beverly. I thoroughly enjoyed a lot of the selection they had. It was really hard to decide on just a few small items, but I'm very excited with what I got from there. So let's start off with a couple of prints that I picked up over there. And this print is actually the cover of Silver Surfer Black number 4. It was a Peach Momoko 1 in 25 incentive variant. So for anyone not familiar, Marvel Comics will offer deals to retailers that if they buy X number of books, they'll qualify to get an incentive cover such as this, where it comes in literally only one of the 25 issues you order from that print run, so they're very limited compared to cover A's and B's that they put out a lot of. And I just thought this was a really, really cool print. It actually comes from a Peach Momoko art portfolio they put together for Marvel. I believe her other one is Horizon Zero Dawn. Maybe they had that one there as well, that whole portfolio. So really, really cool. I'm very, very stoked. I looked up how much the issue cost, and I'll have a picture of the actual issue in this video so you can see it. The actual issue goes for about $130 to $140-ish graded on eBay from what I could find. So I picked this up for much less. It was $5 for the print. I really like this print. I happen to be a big fan of Null. So it was really, really cool to see him doing battle with the Silver Surfer. So that is why I had to pick up this issue. Next up is another print I picked up while there. And this is a print from Ghost Spider number 2. It's another Peach Momoko 1 in 25 variant. I've seen this book going for upwards of $600. I mean, that might have been during the comic boom, thanks to the COVID pandemic and everybody having a little bit of extra money to spend, which could have driven the price up. But this print isn't actually for me. It's for my wife. She absolutely loved that book when she saw it in the store. I'll include a picture of that as well. And to be honest, didn't want to pay that price for it. However, she is extremely stoked to have picked up this print for, again, only $5 from Paper Asylum. They may vary depending on the price and the print when you go there, but both of ours were $5 a piece. So make sure you just check with the cashier to see how much they are. Very, very excited to have both of these and to frame them and eventually hang them. So again, we have Silver Surfer Black number 4, and we have Ghost Spider number 2. Both of these 1 in 25 Peach Momoko variants. So very, very excited to add those to the collection. Now, next up, usually I save my graded books for the end, but my last purchase today is going to be a little bit bigger than this one. This is a second printing of The Amazing Spider-Man number 55 from 2021. This book is very famous for this cover thanks to Patrick Gleason. However, the first print has actually white webbing on it. The third print has blue. As you can tell, this is the second print and it has red, and I just really, really, really love this cover because if you look really, really closely, you can kind of see how it's a spider web that makes up all of Spider-Man himself inside of this art, and I think it's a really, really cool book. I've wanted it for a while, and I have to give a shout out to my wife who actually purchased it for me on the trip because I was going to just purchase my big book. So I didn't really purchase this one, but I'm very, very excited to put this into my collection. It is fantastic, and as a big Spider-Man fan, this cover has stuck with me for a long, long time, so I'm very, very excited. Yeah. So, very, very stoked to add this and cannot wait to put it up on the wall. So, the last book is one I'm very excited for. I've wanted it for a while. I did find it at New York Comic Con, however, I didn't purchase it there. I was trying to limit my spending and be good. So I only walked away with that Static Shock number 1 that I unboxed recently in one of my shorts that was now signed. But this book has stuck with me for a while. I really, really have wanted it. It's one of the few books that I've wanted for, I can't even tell you how long. So, without further ado, it is this book. This is The Mighty Thor, number 337. This is the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill and the first appearance of Lorelei. What's really cool is Beta Ray Bill is one of the first people I can recall who's worthy enough to wield Thor's hammer. And he does do that, but eventually he gets his own hammer called Stormbreaker, who you've seen in the MCU, sort of, but not really the same Stormbreaker. And I've wanted this book for a while. My wife's dad is a very big Thor fan. She loves Jane Foster's version of Thor. For me, the character that hits the most from Thor is probably Beta Ray Bill. I don't know why. He's a weird, unique-looking character. Fun fact, you kind of learn that he doesn't actually look... His whole race doesn't actually look like that horse-faced character you see here. He actually undergoes some treatment from his elders to become a warrior for that race, and to try to save them he goes to try to take Mjolnir, and it's a really, really cool, interesting take on him, and he recently did a whole nother run that was really, really great as well. So definitely look into Beta Ray Bill if he's one you've been skeptical on, or one you've even been remotely interested in. Definitely check him out. He is absolutely awesome. In this book, they had it graded as an 8.0 very fine book, and I think most of that comes down to there's a chip off of the corner down here. But that's fine because the rest of this book looks amazing. It presents really well. And as I've said on my channel, I don't necessarily buy the grade so much as I buy the book, even though most of my stuff is graded. 100% most of my stuff is graded, I will say that. Most isn't fair. Most of the stuff I care to collect is graded. I do have some modern issues that I don't necessarily have graded or care to have graded. But a lot of the big books that I like to put on my wall, all of them are graded. Not all of them are graded great. I'm looking at my wall right now, and I have Moon Knight #1 graded up there as an 8.0, and I've previously shown off another book that's up there, All New Ghost Rider #1, which graded as an 8.0. So that's fine. The Clone Wars, you can see behind me, is a 9.0. So I like, as long as they present well, I can look at them, I can enjoy them, and that's what matters. So this book is going to 100% be graded at some point in 2024, and it's really, really great to have this issue of Beta Ray Bill in my collection, and I am ecstatic to have added it. And for a pretty good price, too, I have to say. Paper Asylum, they were very, very gracious, very accommodating. And they make sure that you get the fair market value. Some things are priced ahead of time when you get to the register. Some things they will look up for fair market value, so don't be alarmed if they do look it up ahead of time because they don't have it priced per se. But you won't find it where it's priced and you bring it up and they go, oh, well, I have to double check this against what's currently going on. If it's priced what it is, then that's what they'll give it to you for. So definitely go and check them out. Again, it is the Paper Asylum over in Beverly, Mass. Absolutely fantastic store, and I definitely had to restrain myself to only getting those 4 items while I was there. And technically, I only bought 3, so I'll take it. But with that, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Whoosh Wednesdays here. So we'll check you out next time, and yeah, thanks.